What are you drinking, buddy?
I'm looking for someone.
Around here, it's usually someone that's looking for us.
I can't wait to try out your girlfriend.
Found her.
Oh God.
I'd kill you now, friend, but I want you to hear her scream.
No! Shank! No!
You a fight fan?
Not of this wrestler.
I heard you were dead.
You heard wrong.
I hate to be wrong. I got your old friend Shank here at the bar. What do you want me to do with him?
Finish him.
Got it. Get him!
Ah, Shank, yes! Oh my god. Hi guys, and welcome to Potatoes Picks, the show where I find some cool deals online and show them to you guys. So this isn't actually a Steam deal, this is the first Potatoes Picks that's not a Steam deal. What's going on at the moment is something called the Humble Indie Bundle. This is the fourth one that's come out. Basically, it's a collaboration of lots of indie games that you can buy and basically pay whatever you want for. And they're just really, really cool. You can decide, it's basically for charity and for the developers who made the game, and you can kind of decide how much of your money goes to the developers, how much goes to the charity, and just really choose how much you think these games are worth. And Shank is one of them. I might do some of the other games that are included in the bundle, but basically what you can do is once you buy the games, you can directly download them if you want, or you can activate them on Steam, or what. It's just really, really, really good, the Humble Indie Bundle. But oh man, I picked up Shank. I watched a Let's Play of this a long time ago, like a year and a half ago when it came out, and absolutely loved this game. Oh my god, it's such a good game. I mostly like it for the style, as you can tell. It's quite a violent game. It's got its very own, very comic book kind of style. But it is very, very cool. It's maybe a little bit repetitive towards the end of the game, but generally it got really high ratings. It's got 2 modes. It's got single player. It's got a co-op. What you're seeing here is me playing it really for the first time and getting used to it. It's so good. Basically, the way that the game works, as you can see, is it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. And as you travel through, basically the screen will stop every now and then, and you won't be able to explore for a short while. You'll get some guys to fight, and you can basically just kick some ass. It's really cool. The combat is brilliant. It's really fluid. Essentially, you get 3 different buttons. Basically, the game was first released for the consoles. It came out on PlayStation 3 first, and the day later it came out on the Xbox, and then a day later it was on the PC. So it was all very short distance when they were released. But basically, because of this, it was designed primarily with consoles in mind. So it actually advises, you will have seen at the start of this video, it advises that you use a controller, which is what I'm doing. So basically, the way the game works is I'm using a 360 controller. You've got the A button will make you jump, and then the X, Y, and B buttons are all basically assigned to a different weapon that you've got. So you've got 3 different weapons here, as you can see. We've got our pistols, we've got our knives, and we've got a chainsaw. Now, as you go through the game, you can upgrade these, but basically by hitting Y, you're going to use your heavy weapon, which you start off with as the chainsaw. So every time I'm hitting Y, that's when you're using your chainsaw attacks. X is your knives, which you basically keep the whole way through the game, and B will be whatever ranged weapon you're using, basically your guns. And as you go through the game, you'll just unlock more and more weapons. You'll see actually at the end of this video, I get some new guns. I get some it's a shotgun actually at the start of the next level, which I'll be showing you next video. I can't wait. But it's just so cool. Just sort of, you get to decide exactly what attacks you want to use and at what time. In addition to that, like, you get big jump attacks where you kind of jump onto people and grapple them using the bumper buttons. You'll see me get some grenades later. In fact, I think I've already got some grenades actually. It says I've got 3 there. It doesn't give you any hints about the grenades for a little while though. And just generally it's a very, very fluid game. It's a challenging game. It's very fun. There's some incredible boss fights in it. You'll see in a second when we get there. And the exploration's really cool as well. It's not entirely linear. As far as I remember, there are actually multiple ways through certain levels. You can kind of take the high ground or the low ground and you can miss things. And a fair bit of platforming does come into it later on. As you can see, I'm kind of swinging around on these lampposts here at the moment with the skulls on them. It really ramps up. You'll see me kind of run along billboards and crap like that later. It's just, it's amazing. I'm having so much fun on this game. The co-op, sadly, is it's only local co-op, which is a little bit of a shame, I suppose, but it's very fun. You can kind of combine your attacks with the other person who you're playing co-op with, which is super fun if you've got someone to actually play it with you. The single player is just as good. I mean, look at this bit on the bridge. This is so cool. They do a lot of really, really interesting effects with the lighting. You'll see sort of lots of scenes like this where it kind of all goes black and you just kind of see your silhouettes fighting over the sunset or these various things. It's just, I love the style of this game. I mean, just listen to the soundtrack. It's so, so good, particularly in the boss fight at the end. I'm going to leave the soundtrack up. But aside from the typical fighting for the combat, there are lots of other things for you to focus on. You'll see there, obviously, on the left, I'm getting combos. That's a big part of this game. As you play through, you'll learn that by getting higher combos, you can actually end up unlocking different outfits for your character. And it really becomes sort of this mini thing that you start playing through while you're going through the game. You're desperately, every single encounter, trying to not be hit at all and slowly building that combo up and up and up and up. And the game doesn't hold your hand or make anything too easy for you. You will have goals to go for. Some of those combos are ridiculously difficult to get to, but really, really rewarding when you actually manage to do it. So here, look, as we go through the first level, we learn some new abilities. So this one here is the wall run. I think you're supposed to hit onto that skull there and maybe get into some other locations, but yeah, as you can see, like the enemy variety, it's okay. These guys, these big boys, you do tend to see a lot of them. There's not only so many ways, I suppose, you can draw muscly men within this certain style, but at the end of the day, the combat is fluid and interesting enough, and there's enough ways to combine your weapons and see the different ways you can hit people that really, it doesn't, for me personally, doesn't get too old too quickly. Especially considering that all of the levels feel quite varied and unique, so you've always kind of got that drive to keep on going and see what else you're going to find. Particularly as well as you've seen them already in the top right hand corner of the screen. Yeah, just like this one coming up here. You actually get little cutouts that talk a little bit more, reveal a little bit more about the story as you go forward, which can be interesting. Honestly though, I tend to find them focusing too much on the combat to focus on those that much, but as you can see, they do tend to go away quite quickly, and they're really just a little bit of filler. They're just an extra bit of ambience and an extra little thing to add to the style, which is super cool. I mean, it definitely does feel like a graphic novel, this whole game. I mean, I don't know too much about who developed it or how it was developed, but I'm so sure that it was influenced by that style. I mean, obviously, kind of this super gory stuff isn't necessarily up everyone's alley, but I mean, I love it. I personally really enjoy it. I just, like when I turned it on earlier and that guy in the first cutscene got the chainsaw out, I was just like, yes! Oh my god, I remember the chainsaw. This is so good. And you know, you get all these cool little moves. You get various different grapples, which I don't actually show off at all in this video, but we'll be seeing in the next couple of videos as we go through. And of course, the weapons as well. That's another great thing about this game as you go forward. Just finding all these different weapons and finding all these different fun ways to play and different things that you can use. And they are all seem quite balanced and interesting to use. But here's a cutscene just before the boss, so let's watch this. So yeah, here we go. This is the boss at the end. It takes me a little while to figure out exactly how you can beat him, but I'll get it eventually, don't you worry. But yeah, the bosses are generally very, very fun. The plot itself, it's okay. I mean, it's not the kind of game that's really about it, as far as I'm concerned. The plot is quite dark. I mean, like your girlfriend, it will be found out that she gets raped and some pretty bad stuff happens. It's basically a story about revenge. It really is. It's fun for what it is, though. Definitely, it's not trying to be anything that it's not. It is. I mean, it's what I would expect from. It was quite a successful Xbox Live Arcade game as well. I'm not sure how it did on the PlayStation Network, but it must have done pretty well. Shank 2 was actually. I didn't realise realise this until today. Shank 2 was announced a couple of months ago, so that's absolutely awesome. I can't wait for that to come. Yeah, there you go. You climb up like on his back and you just slam into his head with a chainsaw. It's so cool. So yeah, Shank 2 is going to be coming out. I mean, the only thing I hope for Shank 2 at least is that it's got more than local co-op. That would be pretty good. But yeah, I mean, generally just a cool game. I'm definitely looking forward to doing a few videos of it. It's quite a short game, I will say that much. I might even end up doing just videos of the whole game, depending on how much I'm enjoying that as I go through. I mean, I certainly would enjoy it. Here, see how I knock into him this second time now? Now, I wanted to do it again to finish him off, but he wouldn't do it for ages, so he ends up on like 0 health, which is why this fight ends up going on a little bit longer than maybe it should have. But, yeah, this is Shank, guys. Obviously, this is a bit of a different potatoes pick today. I'm seeing how it goes, doing maybe a bit of a shorter video at the start and doing post-commentary so that I can think. So we get just as far into the game, essentially, except that it's not all wasted with me stopping because I don't know what I'm doing and trying to do live commentary. So let me know what you think about this, definitely. I mean, always open to feedback. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Shank. I really am. It's the middle of the night at the moment, so I won't be able to play it till I get home from work tomorrow. But yeah, I will let you guys listen to the soundtrack here and the end of the level. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.
The real butcher. Where is he?
Try the meat district. You can take the train to...
I know where it is.